Hey y'all, happy Wellness Wednesday. So, I don't know if anybody has watched the video about um the alarming unaliving rates of teenage girls, but I have kind of like a follow-up to that. There's some new research that's come out about that whole topic, so we're going to get into that. Um Luckily, we're on a brighter note with this one because things are actually going in a better direction rather than a worse direction since the pandemic. So I'm going to link the first video that I made in the description so y'all can watch that if you haven't seen it, just to kind of get the statistics from that one and then compare them to this one. So, um, I have good news. Teen mental health is becoming better since the pandemic. There is work to be done, but thankfully there's progress being made. Yay! As the bad news is that some metrics have worsened, such as a growing group of students who do not feel safe and have been missing school because of it. Top officials at the CDC said the data released today shows improvements to a number of metrics that measure young people's mental well-being, progress we can build on. So, yeah, we're nowhere near done. We ain't nearly done, but we're making headway, and that's all that we could possibly ask for, especially because these kids, these teenagers, they're the future of America. They're our future. So losing them at a way too young age over stuff that maybe could be controlled or we could help, it just there's no reason for it. So yeah, that is from Dr. Deborah Howry, CDC's chief medical officer and deputy director for program and science. So she's got a long title. Important, very important woman. Yeah, during COVID, experts saw a worrying deterioration in mental health that led to the American Academy of Pediatrics to call for a national emergency de- declaration to address the crisis. So, yeah, mental health got so bad that they had to basically call a state of emergency, which is insane. The overall number of students who report persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness has decreased from 42% to 40%. So 2% is not a lot, but it's something. If we could go down 2% every so many months, think about where we would be at the end of the year. The number of female students who felt the same also decreased from 57% to 53%. So that's a 4% difference. That's amazing. It's very, very important that we understand that progress does not happen overnight. We're not gonna get from that 53 to 0% overnight, but what we can do is slowly but surely make headway, and that percentage can keep going down. The more we talk about it, the more we take it seriously, the more that we do what needs to be done to deal with mental health issues. Hispanic students also reported a drop in feelings of persistent sadness, down from 46% to 42%. So there we go, another 4% change. Lower rates of poor mental health from 30% to 26%. Awesome, 4%. And decreases in who seriously considered a unaliving attempt was 22% to 18%. So that's a few. And who made a suicide plan or an unaliving plan? 19% to 16%. So 3% change. Black students were also significantly less likely to report a suicide attempt in this survey from 14% to 10%. And fewer were injured in unaliving attempts from 4% to 2%. So that's down 2%. If we get down to that other 2%, we're at 0%. We are going where we need to go, exactly where we need to go. Other challenges persist. The report continues to show disparities in youth mental health experienced by girls and LGBTQ students. So yeah, not everybody loves us females. Not everybody is all for um, homosexual relationships. That said, be kind to everybody. Treat each other with respect, regardless of gender, race, sexual orientation, all that. Come on now. Let's see. The survey also found worsening concerning trends in school safety. More students were bullied at school, 15% to 19%, between 2021 and 2023, and more students missed school because of safety concerns, increasing from 9% to 13%. The percentage of students who were threatened or injured at school also increased from 7% to 9%. So I gave you the good news first. I watered it down a little bit. That's the bad news. There's still work to be done, as I've said, and as the person uh, that person from the CDC, Deborah, said. There's still work to be done. We're not nearly done, and some of these matrix might fluctuate. They might go up and down, up and down. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna keep y'all as updated as I possibly can with my research on this. And then we got, so the percentage of girls and Asian American students who said they missed school because of safety was more dramatic, respectively growing from 10% to 16% and doubling for Asian Americans from 5% to 10%. So since the pandemic, us Americans, we've been very ignorant, and we've decided that we're gonna bully the Asian American community because y'all are at fault. It's y'all's fault. So this is what I want to understand from y'all's mind. Y'all could, please enlighten me. Do you really think that if you hurt another Asian American, that is going to fix the fact that we just went through a pandemic for years? Do you think that is going to positively do anything for your life? And do you think that the person that you're treating with disrespect, whether it be physical or verbal, is really the person that started COVID? That's what I want y'all to ask yourselves. Because when you go and you're hateful to a group of people because of the way that they look or where they're from, and frankly, it makes no sense. You're not, y'all are not beating up the person that started COVID. I hope that you know that. When you go out and you assault Asian Americans, you're not hurting the person that started COVID. You're not doing anything good. And why would somebody else not being here or somebody else not wanting to be here fix the fact that we just went through a freaking pandemic? That shit was all perpetuated by the government. The government is who made that shit way worse than it really was. All these vaccines, all this going back and forth, y'all trying to fight. Oh, well, if you don't get the vaccine, you're a piece of shit. You just want everybody to die. Oh, well, if you get the vaccine, you're stupid because all this and all that. You don't know what's in it. You don't know, but. All this debating, and all it did was distract y'all from what was really important the whole time. In the midst of this, our country was going completely downhill, but we were so focused on, ooh, let me attack you because you got a vaccine. Let me attack you because you didn't get a vaccine. And oh, by the way, let me keep attacking Asian Americans who have no control over the fact that this shit not only happened, but got as bad as it did. Stop spreading hate. Please stop spreading hate. Just be nice to each other. Just be kind. So I say all this to say we're making strides, but there's still a lot more work to be done. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep advocating. I'm gonna keep doing what I can do to make a difference in my community as far as mental health goes. All right. That said, I hope everybody has a wonderful Wellness Wednesday, and I will talk to y'all all later. Bye.